Hello friends, this is Amy. Welcome to my channel. I have got a fun little craft for you today. Arteza was so kind and sent me a box of these little 4x4. They're little easels and it has a little canvas with them. They're just super cute. So I wanted to make something for the front of them. And you can just see they're kind of packaged very nicely, and they've got them wrapped so nothing is dirty or, gets dirty and jumbles around. Just showing you how those little easels work, and I am deciding to do 3 of them. And you could see before, when we first started, what I did is I printed on tissue paper, and I think I've talked about it in other videos. It's very easy. You basically just print. You would tape that tissue paper, and this is tissue paper that you would use, for wrapping gifts, and you tape it down to some cardstock, run it through your printer, and voila. And now here I just ripped it around the image and just going to put that down with some Mod Podge. I love this technique because you can hardly see anything, surrounding that chicken that makes it look like it's anything but machine made. It looks really nice. And then just put some of the Mod Podge on it and allow it to dry, and I just love how it turned out. And then here is my other little image I did, and I did find these on Etsy. I also want to mention that because Arteza was nice enough to send these products, that they're offering you as subscribers, or if you're just happening to watch, 10% off if you want to make a purchase. Just go in through the link that's in my description box. They also have a link for ideas, so check out the description box and you'll see all kinds of fun things in there. Just showing you, I picked up these little alphabet stamps at Dollar General the other day, and just showing you how, they're kind of cheaply made. Anything of a rubber stamp that's truly a rubber stamp has rubber. These almost feel a little bit like they've got plastic mixed in them. So I just go over with a little sandpaper and kind of rough it up and take off that film that they've got on it, and they just stamp so much better. And just wanting to stamp more onto the tissue paper that I had left over. And I'm going to put that on the 3rd of the little mini canvases. And then when I cleaned it up, I just used a baby wipe. If you didn't have anything like that, just use a paper towel and a little soap, and make sure the soap is off, but it cleaned up just fine. This was really a fun and easy project to do. Once you get things, printed, it just goes really fast. And I am just using another napkin that happened to have like the print. I wanted the board look from that pumpkin napkin. So I'm just measuring, cutting, and I'm just going to make it look like a board. And you want to separate it so it's down to the very last layer. These happen to have 3 layers to them. And since it's farmhouse, it does not have to be perfect. And then I just wanted to add a little bit of the grunge, or, a little bit of coloring to the outside, just to give it a little bit more, so it looks like it's a little old. And it really does make a difference. And there they are. Isn't that cute? I love these very vibrant images. They're just so cute. And it looks so nice with any farmhouse decor. And to me, it makes me think of spring too, which is, by the way, on its way. Here's that pretty little hen with the new baby chicks. And it almost looks like she's looking over at her husband. He's over there crowing and waking up the farm, and she's checking it out. Well, let's move on to the second DIY. It happens to be my daughter. She helped me because Arteza sent me these very beautiful mica pigments. And they had 60 different colors. I just love how many colors. They were just so pretty. We had a hard time choosing colors. And so she happens to do when the resin work. And so she's just measuring out some resin. And then it's just, I don't know how she's got a couple concoctions there. She's got to mix together to make it turn into resin. I do know that it gets hot. And she says, wear gloves. And you also want to use a respirator of something over your face. And it should be well ventilated. All right, so this is the first part, and she's just mixing in some of that very pretty lighter white color. And she's going to add it into the mold, and we're going to make a coaster today. So she's just lining that. And when it gets done, you'll see how fun this coaster looks. Resin is really fascinating to watch when people do, make projects from these. You can make coasters and keychains and trinket boxes and you name it, you can make it. Some people are just so creative, and with all these colors, with the mica pigments, you could be very creative and use these in many different ways. So now she has 3 different colors, and we're going to use these colors in the base of my coaster. And you can see it doesn't take very much, and it makes it so nice and bright. And I know I mentioned this before, but Arteza is offering a 10% for my subscribers. And just go to my link in the description box and click on that, and it'll bring you right to the Arteza site. I just can't get over how vibrant these colors are. This is my favorite. I love this blue. Isn't that pretty? It's kind of like a greenish blue. All right, here's the fun part. She just starts pouring in there. And you got to go quickly because it's going to fill in if you don't. And now she starts dry. It's a heat gun. And it has a couple different purposes. One of them is to try and pop some of the air bubbles, and the other purpose is to do a little mixing. And here she's just allowed it to sit a little bit, and she's spritzed it with some alcohol, and that also pops the bubbles. And now it's dry. I just think it's so fun. We're going to peel this away from the silicone mold. I also want to mention that she does do a little sanding on this, but she didn't show it on the video. Okay, it looks like it's done. You could stop here, but we've got one more step to add to this. And she took out her stickers, and she put on there, Create with Amy 507. And now all she's going to do is just put a clear coat over the top to make sure that those don't move. What a fun way to use those mica pigments. Just beautiful. I'm so happy with this. I told her she did such a nice job. And again, popping those bubbles, spritzing it with a little alcohol, and it's all dry. Isn't that pretty? And then she's got it in the sunshine, just kind of showing off how pretty it is through that. Well, friends, this is the end of my video. Thank you so much for popping in and checking my video. You know I very much appreciate you. Have a wonderful week and take care. Bye-bye.